As a self-taught digital artist, I used to view various YouTube art channels and look up tutorials in order to learn more about how to improve my art skill. This lasted for a few months before I stopped and began picking up at my own pace. It's only recently that I decided to start browsing this video again to see if I'm missing anything, and there are a lot of topics that I feel I rarely talk about in detail. Most of them are just repeating the same basic principle or the usual why you should go to art school if you want to be able to draw and not starve. I'm not really a fan of those, and being me, I decided I might as well do something since complaining doesn't really get me anywhere. So hello everyone, Seth here, and I welcome you to my finally official art channel where I will be talking about various things about arts and sharing some of my personal opinions and tricks. Time-lapse will still be around, so there's actually something running in the background to make this worth watching. Now that the intro is out of the way, let's get into the topic for our first video. Why simply drawing a lot is not enough to help you improve as an artist. Before I begin, I must first bring up how I feel artists really grow in terms of skill level. This is the growth graph most people expect when they are learning. But often mentioned, you don't really get better at a steady pace. You will slowly begin to experience a moment where you feel like you stagnate with almost no sign of progress. Here is how I truly feel on my journey. There's a reason why it's very easy to notice when you are not improving at all or when you are making a leap in your progress. When you are drawing a piece, you are expressing what inspires you into a medium that can easily be viewed by anyone. And there's the keyword for our growth here: inspiration. When you are just drawing the same thing over and over, you are not going to make any real progress in your development. The graph expresses phases most artists will go through as they learn to draw. When someone is improving, they will notice a major growth unless they are at a certain level where just too pro already, with so many tricks up their ass that adding another one will not contribute that much. Anyway, when you are improving, in only a few weeks, you will often notice that your piece looks so much better than what you used to draw. Because of the recent development, some artists will get stuck in the hot shit phase where they feel that they are extremely skilled and can tackle any art challenges with ease. They start bragging about how they have already mastered what they wanted to learn a few months back and how rough their turning were. Don't lie to me, some of you probably fell into this phase too. I sure did a few years back. This phase often doesn't last long because, as seen on the graph, they are no longer improving. When they start noticing that their month's worth of effort is not moving them anywhere, they no longer feel like drawing. This is where most artists will get stuck at and nothing just feels right to them. The journey to improving as an artist isn't really something you should be tackling alone. Something or someone should be there to inspire you. Inspiration doesn't come from repeating the same thing and expecting something to change. Instead of continuing to draw the same thing, experimenting or taking breaks will contribute so much more. Artists must be inspired to keep on going, and the easiest way to discover this inspiration is to thriving outside the comfort zone or simply have a moment away from their own arts. When this very inspiration is discovered, it won't take long for the artist to start improving again. Let me share with you an experience of mine that actually got me going in the past when I began to stagnate. Here's a piece of mine from June 2016. At that time, I wasn't pleased with my arts. A lot of my pieces felt like something was missing. For about 5 months, I felt like I wasn't improving at all. Instead, I actually felt like my skill level dropped and that my older methods were better because more people liked those. A friend invited me to play Tree of Saviors, so I decided to take a break from art. I fell in love with the game art style and how a post-apocalyptic world could be so goddamn gorgeous. I would waste 6 to 8 hours a day playing instead of drawing. I often spend time looking at the background just to see how the whole thing is colored or how the lighting works in that game art style. Why I do regret playing the game too much, since I ended up quitting after a few months, is because I get to observe the beauty of the game world for so many days that I managed to make a breakthrough. A month later, I was given a commission order by Epic Dragon 55 to draw Inigo from the Skyrim mod by Smart Blue Cat. Because of my time with Tree of Savior, my art method went through a major shift. I started experimenting with the color, trying to replicate the feeling I had during my game time. I improved because I decided to start playing games instead of drawing. It didn't just end there. After I left Tree of Savior, I went and picked up Shadowverse. I was going for a mix of Japanese and Western style in a way, and certain artwork by artists like Mushimaro and Kasashino were truly candy to my eyes. I wanted to try and replicate what I like about their pictures in my own piece. In October, I decided to draw my bird character again. Compared to the piece from June, the improvement is a major leap for me, considering that I did stagnate for nearly 5 months. And because I learned from observing others, I didn't end up going back into my hot shit phase again. That halted my development. Above the sky, there is another sky. If I no longer feel inspired, I will just look up an even better person to keep me going. There are also many improvements you can come across from engaging with a random stranger on the internet. There was this one time I decided to share a tutorial for an art piece, and another artist reminded me that Photoshop has level adjustment tool to help you with your final touches. And I was like, oh yeah, it does, I completely forgot about that. And it fixed majority of my issues where the picture just feels too dim in only a single step that I wouldn't be using today if it wasn't brought up to me. So if you ever feel like you are going nowhere with your drawing, maybe take a break to find a source inspiration or a direction to work toward. This inspiration won't just randomly come to you, you're the one who has to put down that private plane and go look for them. That's it for my first video. If there's anything you want me to improve on, such as adjusting how fast I normally speak, leave a comment so I can try tackling those by the time I release the next video. And I'll see you next time.